Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Zupo's SEO Talking Tea. Today's conversation: how to choose the best content and blog posts to write. This is a natural question that always somehow gets asked in some variation in day to day. A lot of people know they need to add content to their website, but they just don't know what kind of content they're supposed to be putting out there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump on in discussing in different ways that we at Zupo encourage our clients or recommend clients on what to write. But before we begin, let me start brewing our tea. Today we have a Darjeeling black tea. It has been a recurring guest. The Darjeeling black tea is a tea that has a social good to it. One of my housemates bought it, and I thought she wanted to share with everybody, but I think she ended up just gifting it to me because I've never seen her drink it, and it's in our kitchen. So I guess it's a gift, but it donates some money to the underprivileged kids in the USA. So that's always cool that she can do that. But I got that brewing, and let's get chatting. So when it comes to writing the best blog and content, there are a lot of questions like how long should it be? How many keywords should be the keyword density? These are very old school things, and I tell my clients actually, hey, let's not get too worried about the little nitty gritty details like keyword density and the word count. I generally tell clients as long as it's 750 words or higher, that's a pretty good amount. 500 is still fine, but I think that 500 is a little bit short. I like blog posts that are 750 or higher. And then in terms of keyword density, I don't really measure that too much. I just do like to do a light scan of a page and then understand if the keywords are in there. But again, I digress. I think I'm going off topic. What we're talking about today is how to pick the right content and blog posts. This is an important conversation that most of the pages and content you will ever write will never be looked at, or not never, but looked at very minimally. And if you can look at anybody's analytics or anybody's site, and you can kind of generally see that there are exceptions to that case, but that's for another video. What we're trying to do in this video today is analyze what are the blog posts that I can write that would provide me the best chance to get a lot of traffic. And if we're talking about SEO from an SEO perspective, because that's who we are, Zupo's SEO company, we're talking about finding the blog posts that will rank on the first page and writing that content. So when you're trying to write content that gets the most traffic, what I like to do is I like to go find keywords, and a lot of keyword search results are very I would say like complex, and they have a lot of different search results that come up. Sometimes if you Google a keyword, there are blog posts that come up, service pages, directory sites that appear. The search results can be very varied. And so saying that what I like to do is it's a kind of a exploratory procedure where I almost feel like you are hunting in that sense where you don't have like obvious leads, but you kind of go out there looking for keywords, and what you're trying to find is high volume keywords or high volume searches that have a weak blog post on the front page. So a very common example that we use is a lot of our clients, they are very sophisticated B2B companies. And so they're trying to rank for keywords that are, services that they provide. And so a lot of the competitors are the same. But what we find is that there are often blind spots for examples of like what is whatever keyword it is. So like it could be what is SEO. Oftentimes we find that there are very big blind spots where if we just help our client write that blog post, we have a big potential to rank on that on the first page for that keyword, because on a lot of keywords, if they're a little bit more complicated or not well known words, they will often have a what is in that keyword in the search results as a blog post. So we often recommend clients like that. So the pattern I'm trying to get at is a lot of big volume, high volume keywords will often have blog posts that can rank on the first page that seemingly are not relevant, or I wouldn't say not relevant, but they're not service pages and they're not sales pages, but they're kind of slotted in by Google as a blog post that they wanted to look at. So another good example is we just saw a blog post the other day. Our ranking on the first page for this one keyword was all these guides, like, okay, the ultimate guide, the definitive guide, the ultimate guide. But then there was one search result that said 42 examples of this. And so we thought, okay, that might be a way we get in, is writing a blog post by examples. So that's the first layer. Now, the second layer is the difficulty. Yes, there might be blind spots, but you got to make sure for those blog posts, how competitive are they? And when I say how competitive they are, how many referring domains, backlinks, and what is the word count of that blog post? If every blog post on the first page has like 100 or more referring domains pointing to that specific page itself, it might be too difficult, especially if your website's not, matured into SEO. If all of the blog posts on the first page have 2 or less referring domains, it looks pretty wide open to me, right? So these are ways that you can find blog posts and content to write, right? So again, this video is with the angle of trying to get a lot of traffic to your website. There is an alternative perspective where you can say, what is the best content to write? Sometimes it doesn't always mean about the highest traffic. It can also be for semantic SEO purposes, where you're writing content to help bolster um, your site's semantic SEO resume to Google so that your library is a lot bigger. And even though a lot of topics, though semantically will build you up, may not always be searched for that heavily. So often with our clients, we find that balance. We have them write semantic SEO content, but we also try to find high volume keywords that we can match together. All right, so hopefully that will help you in your own kind of content discovery. Again, I will be forthright and honest. There is a lot of hunting and exploring in the beginning where there isn't always clear leads, and you kind of have to do just trial and error until you find them, right? So hopefully that will help you in your content mapping. But usually if you can find them and you can start ranking for them, you start seeing some amazing results. If you guys found the video valuable, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, everybody.